Greetings, beautiful ones, and welcome. This is Nazanin Marashian of Love and Heart Art, deep dive into tools for empowerment and healing. In this episode 29, I want to explore a theme very close to both my art and spiritual practices, and that is the intersection of the four elements: earth, fire, water, and air within our own natures. I want to explore with you how these elements are part of our foundational aspects connecting us to all of life, and how to foster a relationship with these elements for personal power and healing. Because we are all nature, and everything that exists outside of us also exists within us. And in our fast-paced digital worlds, we can easily become disconnected from nature and the wisdom and restoration that exists in our natural world. Our disconnect from nature also disconnects us from our nature, from our inner workings and inner movement. There must be a balance, as they say, as above, so below, as within, so without. And we need to remember that as human beings, we are intrinsically connected to nature in ways that often go unnoticed. And this connection is rooted in the ancient concept of the four elements: earth, fire, water, and air. These elements are not just the building blocks for the physical world, but also reflect our profound aspects within our physical and spiritual selves. And understanding how these elements manifest within us can then deepen our appreciation of nature and foster the holistic well-being and connection back to self and personal power and healing. So let's start with earth. Well, earth is the core element of our being. It symbolizes stability, grounding, endurance. Earth is the physical body. It is our bones, the muscles, the tissues, the blood. It is essentially this structure that gives us form and support, just as the earth beneath our feet provides the foundation for all of life. So our skeletal system supports and shapes us. So there is a interplay. In the spiritual realm, earth element connects us to the present moment and the physical world. You may have heard of practices such as grounding or earthing, where you walk barefoot on natural surfaces to enhance that connection with the earth and to reduce many ailments. Grounding helps with inflammation, improves sleep, emotional stability. It reminds us that we are part of the earth and rooted in its energy and nurtured by its abundance. So just the simple act of connecting physically your body to the body of earth can realign many things within you. Now let's have a look at fire. Fire, the spark of life, represents transformation, its energy, its passion. Within the body, fire is seen in our metabolism, that process that converts food into energy, and also within our neural activity, the spark of thoughts that then ignite movement, our ideas, our passions, the warmth of our body, the digestive process. And all of these are manifestations the element fire within. And when we look on the spiritual plane, to call in that element of fire into our life is to ignite our passion, it's to drive our ambition, it's the fuel for our creativity. It is a very powerful element for change and transformation that really urges us to evolve and to grow. And to form a relationship with the element of fire can be quite simple. You don't have to light a fire, or you could light a candle at home. Daily I do that. But also just basking in the sun gazing, feeling the warmth and energy of the sun, and waking and greeting the sun. So that fire in the sky is a really beautiful practice. Anything creative or sporty, that movement of the body, that bringing something into being, changing forms. Fire teaches us the importance of embracing change and channeling our inner energy for positive transformation. So whilst it can be a destructive element, that's when it's out of balance. But in balance, it is that spark that gets everything moving. Let's have a look at water now. So water is about fluidity, adaptability, purification. And physical water, well, water is life. Without water, we cannot live. We are made up of 60-70% water in the human body. So it is what regulates our temperature, aids our digestion, transporting nutrients through the body and flushing out toxins. The health of our body fluids is part of the water element. So your blood, your lymph nodes, cellular fluids. All of this is important for the balance of water within us, because if you're dehydrated, you're on your death's door, right? Things can't move. And it is the essence of flow that is the teaching of water. And spiritually, water is about emotions, intuition and healing. It's also, there's an association with the subconscious mind here, the ability to flow with life's challenges. So you can build that relationship with water through mindfulness, mindful breathing, meditation, and even spending time near bodies of water. So if you're near a river, a lake, an ocean, and doing a meditation with water, it's very cleansing. It is even showering. I've talked about this before. They're using winning with water. So, I think it's a YouTube episode I made. That just showering with intent and allowing that water to cleanse your physical and auric field can uplift you, and it helps you let go of things that no longer serves you, and builds resilience. And again, it's finding that balance, bringing yourself into alignment with that element and that relationship with that element. Air is an interesting one. When I think about air, it is that breath of life, that moment of birth, that gulp of air that brings everything online. And in terms of its properties, air represents the intellect, communication, inspiration, prayer. It is breath that sustains life. The physicality, filling our lungs with oxygen, energizing ourselves. Air is part of the respiratory system. Okay, so you can see how it's so important. And there is this whole body of work about air within the Sufi school that I studied for many years. There's a beautiful resource called the Expansion and Contraction of Being, which is a thick textbook on scientific experimentation and study on breathing, on air, and how moving air through the body can heal the cells and repair things. And those people doing breath work and using different breathing techniques to calm the nervous system and heal the parasympathetic nervous system. It's very powerful. So in spirituality, the element of air is the element of the mind and our thoughts and ideas, our sense of clarity, openness, even freedom. And so really learning how to breathe, deep breathing, pranayama, spending time in fresh air, again, back into nature. It's all interconnected. Teaches us the importance of mental clarity and expansiveness, because you can put yourself in altered states of consciousness, again, the mind, right? Going deeper into the layers of the mind just through breathing. If you know how to breathe, you can slow the heart rate right down. And notice when you're stressed out, what happens to your breathing, that hyperventilation, that stress breathing, and even the breath in pleasure. If you ever paid attention to the breathing, if some of you practice tantric meditation, you might have more awareness of this, but when you pay attention to the breath and what's happening to the breath within excitement, within pleasure, within really exploration of the senses, the breath changes. And forming that relationship with the breath can bring you into a calm space when there is a stressful situation, or enhance pleasure when you can control the breath. Take you deeper within your spiritual subconscious mind that can be accessed just through breathing. Super amazing. And so now the integration of all of these, earth, fire, water, air, into daily life is a really essential tool for bringing the physical and spiritual health into balance. Because this integration of earthing, of really igniting your passion and your fire, of going with the flow, using that breath of life to calm the mind, brings you into balance and harmony in a very expedient way. And there is a lot of scientific study to back this up, so you can do your own research and look into that. For the purposes of this podcast, what I want to impress upon you all, that to come into true wellness, into holistic health, there is many systems within our bodies that can be balanced simultaneously within nature and reconnecting us to our own nature. And the embodiment of these elements within us, the earth within us, the water within us, the fire, the air, and the forming of relationships with these elements and how to work with them in your daily life is tapping us all back into ancient wisdom. This is the ways of the First Nation peoples around the world, which is that knowing of the super intelligence, nature, which is moving within us. We are not separate. We are all an integral part of this magnificent tapestry that is life. So I hope that was helpful information for you, and Yes, return to your true nature through the earth, through the fire, through the water, through the air. Thank you, darlings. Until next time, you've been listening to Nazanin Marashi, Love and Heart, Art